His father is in the opposing biker game of the Hells Angels. He served 40 years in jail for murder. People were threatening to kill me and kill my son that I was pregnant with at the time. I was slain in the spirits, experienced the whole 9 yards at 12 years old, and I was so on fire when I came home from church that weekend, and that next week my parents got divorced, and I lost all of that fire. Didn't believe that God was anywhere, that there was no way that He could take everything from me. And I definitely ran the opposite way. Ran to guys, trying to fill that void of my father leaving. Ran to drugs to fill the void of the hurt. I moved to Florida 7 years ago, and thought that that's where I wanted to be, because it was the party life, it was on the beach, it was easy and simple and no obligations. And I met a guy that was a part of a biker crew. His father is in the opposing biker game of the Hells Angels. But he served 40 years in jail for murder. He was released 6 months before I had come into the picture. And they apparently were making a lot of waves and making a lot of other groups mad. And one of the groups started targeting the women and children of that group. And people were threatening to kill me and kill my son that I was pregnant with at the time. I was like, this is not the life I signed up for, and this is not the life I'm gonna raise my son in. I said, you have two choices to make. You can be a husband and a father to this child and come with me and go to Chattanooga and start over, where we have no enemies, where nobody's watching us, and we can start fresh, we can connect to God, and we can do this the right way. I said, or you can stay here in Florida and you can live your life, and I'll go live my life and raise our son. And he asked me to get an abortion. So I found myself on the beach that night, just screaming and crying, begging for the Lord to show me something, because I knew I couldn't raise a little kid on my own. So I sat there on the beach just screaming at him, and I just felt this overwhelming peace. And I heard my Nana's voice that had passed away a few years prior. And she told me that everything was gonna be okay, that I just needed to trust in Him and go home. And that was what I did. I loaded up all of my stuff. My other grandmother, that's a pastor that's still alive, she lived 2 hours away from me in Florida, so I drove to her house. I told him everything, confessed that we had a baby out of wedlock, that he didn't want it, that I screwed up, but I wanted to fix it, and they just welcomed me with loving arms, took me in, kept me for 2 weeks, got me back in church, and then they gave me a car and told me to get home to my mom, and that mom would help me through the rest of it. I started working at McDonald's, and they helped me get an associate's degree, and so I went to college and did the single mom, full-time college student. I worked 2 jobs. When he was 14 months old, I met his dad, his now dad, my husband, and the Lord definitely knew what He was doing.